be live. Let's be together. Y'all, this is a big live show for me today. So welcome. Welcome, everybody. My name is Heather Vickery. I am a transformational coach. And what that means is that I am here to help you learn to come home to yourself, to belong to yourself, to break whatever rules necessary to live your best, healthiest, happiest, most aligned life, whatever that means to you, whether it means having a kick-ass business, having a job where you just get shit done, but you blow it up in other ways, or you just want to feel good in your skin. You want to stand up for yourself. You want to be true to yourself. You want to speak up. You want to show up in the world. We are belonging to ourselves. Imagine what could happen if you chose to belong to yourself first instead of everyone and everything else first. Imagine the possibility if that was the choice that you made. I'm going to turn this off. Sorry, Instagram. Was that really loud for you guys? It was really hot in the studio when I came in here. Oh, is that so much better? Can you guys hear me better? I know it doesn't really affect those of you watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook because I'm using my microphone. So I apologize. So, yeah, I'm Heather Vickery. I'm here to break you the rules. I'm here to help you learn to come home to yourself, belong to yourself, and embrace what bravery means to you on a daily basis, what it means to you, how it's going to connect with you. It's going to be different. I find for me, bravery is something new, minute by minute, day by day. Just a little while ago, I was on a new parent orientation class for the University of Washington, where my daughter's headed to school in September. And that feels brave. That's crazy, right? Because it's just a thing that parents do. But letting go is brave. And that fits right in with today's topic, which is embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change. So, sometimes I plan our Brave in Action live show topics weeks in advance. And then sometimes I say, we're going to switch the schedule up. We're going to do something different because this is what is showing up for me. This is what I feel like the world needs, the audience needs, or maybe I just need to talk about it. Sometimes that happens too. And so let me share a story with you. And feel free to chime in. Tell me what you're thinking, what resonates. I love the more interaction, the better. It lights me up. So let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what's connecting with you. Several years ago, I hired a young woman who is originally from the Philippines, but has been living in Turkey to be my personal assistant, my VA. And I'd never had a personal assistant or VA before. We had to learn how to work together and what that really meant. But I can tell you that she instantly lit up my life and my business. She really changed the way that I look at possibility, because having her be able to do a lot of this behind the scenes work freed me up to do this with you and to coach and to speak and to write and to do all of those things without being bogged down in all of the details. And Hanny, I love you. You are magical. She's a gift. And we have become like family. We're very, very close. And last week, she put in her resignation. Talk about unexpected and uncomfortable. What a bummer, right? What a bummer. Here's, though, where it led to, oh, Blue Butterfly. What a cute little username. She's here. She says, thank you, Heather. I love you too. I'm glad. I know that you do. Here's what showed up for me in that moment when I got that news last week. The first thing I thought was, oh no. And then instead of going down that massive rabbit hole that I think a future or a past version of me would have gone down, an unhealed, unhealing, unlearning, unopen, somebody who doesn't focus on possibility. I used to be that person. That person would have completely panicked. How many of you can identify with that? I would have completely panicked. I would have freaked out. I probably would have begged her to stay. I would have been like, I can't do it. I would have tried to hire somebody to replace her instantly. I would have done all of these things. And instead, I thought, man, this sucks because I love her and I depend on her. But also, life is here for me, not against me. Everything that happens for me, not to me. And I know that. I know that because I've done this work over and over and over again. And so I thought, let me practice the brave method. Let me practice the 3 R's in the brave method. I'm pointing to my book, Fuck Fearless, right now. Let me practice the brave method, and especially those 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience, and just see what is showing up for me in this moment. Y'all, a red cardinal just flew right past my door or my window. And I don't know who feels this, but I always know that it's people from my past showing up, just reminding me they're here and that I'm not alone. And that feels really perfect right now. So I just had to put that in as an aside. So I really reflected, okay, what does this mean for me? What are the things that I can take back onto my own plate? I have a brand new OBM. Shout out to Shelby. I'm so excited. An OBM, for those of you who don't know, is an online business manager. So I had already made this really big, powerful business decision to hire her, and some of the things I think she can support with or help me streamline or maybe find better ways to do them. Maybe there are things we're doing that we don't need to be doing. All of that. And then also, do I need to hire somebody new? Do I want to hire somebody new? All of those things came up. I didn't rush into anything. I've been sitting with it. I've been thinking about it. But one massive thing became very clear almost instantly. So I will put that on my human design spidey senses, right? My awareness of my body and my intuition and the work that I've done there with human design. One of the massive roles that Hanny plays in my business is managing the podcast. All I really do is record the interviews, invite people to be guests on the show, and write the show notes. And she does everything except the editing. Derek, shout out to Derek for the editing. And it became apparently clear that this is a good time to take a big pause with the Brave Files podcast. So I promised you guys a big announcement, and I'm just going to go big here from the very beginning. We are going to take an indefinite pause on the Brave Files, and we're going to be releasing episodes through the end of August. So it's not gone yet. Don't worry. We're still here, but we're not producing new content for a bit, maybe a long bit. I am going to do a wrap up episode. I feel so emotional. I'm going to do a wrap-up episode about the show and what it's meant to me and how it's changed my life. But we're going to still have Was It Chance. There's still going to be podcasting. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. But that was a really big decision for me. This idea of letting go of something that's really good, that's working, that's been such a staple in my life and my business for 5.5 years. But I just knew that this was what I needed to push me into the decision to take a break on the Brave Files. It instantly showed up. I felt it in my body and I knew it, and it does make me sad. But that's okay. Sometimes growth feels sad. Sometimes opportunity feels uncomfortable. I would say often it feels uncomfortable or scary or sad. That is just a natural part of life, and it's certainly a natural part of running a business. So I didn't panic. I didn't rush into any decisions. I slowed down just a little to understand what was showing up for me in this moment. And I realized that the thing I was the most sad about was just not having this beautiful soul in my life all the time. And then I realized that doesn't have to change just because she doesn't work with me anymore. We've talked about it. We're friends, we're family. Like, we're going to show up for one another. And she needs this time to take care of personal stuff. And I respect that. And I'm proud of her for setting her own boundaries and for asking for what she needs and putting herself first. And I know it scared her. I know it scared her to tell me that because she cares for me. And I know she believes in my business and I know she loves it. She was bummed about the Brave Files, super disappointed because she really likes the show. And she's like, well, when are you going to come back? And I said, I don't know. But this is the right choice for right now. There are a couple of big fans of the show that I have shared this information with prior to this public announcement. some folks who I know really take the show to heart. But for the most part, hello, hi, everybody. That's my big, big, big announcement, is that we are putting an indefinite pause on the Brave Files. So I knew then that the topic needed to be embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change. If this is showing up for me right now, I know it's showing up for a bunch of you, because that is the way the universe works, right? That is the magic of all of it, is that we are feeling collective energy. We are feeling collective discomfort, collective change, collective almost coming out of our own chrysalis, or maybe sometimes we collectively need to rest, or we feel collectively burnt out. This energy is so massive that I know it isn't just me. And that is also, I feel, a more honest, authentic, vulnerable, healed version of me. So if you are out there and you feel like the shit that's happening to you is happening to you, and it's just you and nobody else is experiencing any of that, I invite you to pause and remember that it is not just you. It is not happening to just you. You are not being attacked, and you are also not alone. It is really important to know that you can belong to yourself in community. I've been working on creating a retreat. I'm so excited with my friend Mike Imelli. I interviewed Mike on the Brave Files years ago. That's how we met. I love the show. I love all the people I've met, the connection through it. It's so beautiful. And Mike and I reconnected on Threads. You guys, if you're not on Threads, come play with me on Threads. I love Threads. And we realized that so much of what we do is complementary, and we're both really feeling into retreats. And I've had clients ask me if I'm hosting retreats, and I've had people come up and say, would you co-host retreats with me? And so it's coming up, and Mike and I are going to do a retreat next April. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to share more details coming probably in October. And it is really about embodiment, coming home to yourself, trusting yourself, belonging to yourself first, but collectively. So this is about knowing yourself, trusting yourself, honoring yourself, but that can be done in community. And when we do it that way first, we're bringing our best selves into whatever community experience, into whatever relationship that we're in. It's just really beautiful. Oh, we've got, Matt is here. You guys, Matt Lewis is here. You know, the really beautiful music on the Brave Files podcast, my friend Matt wrote that music. He created it. He custom made it just for me. So if anybody needs custom music, I don't know if Matt, if you're still doing that, but I love that you're here for this. I didn't know that you were going to be here, and I'm feeling really big feelings about having you here. Matt says, I'm just going to share it because it's really beautiful. Pausing the Brave Files is a huge shift, and I get why that feels uncomfortable. I was there at the beginning, and I have listened to countless episodes, and I'm so proud of you for bringing it into the world. Oh, thanks, Matt. Don't worry, there's going to be a big episode. I'm going to talk about all my feelings and thank everybody. And it doesn't mean it won't come back. It just means we're pausing right now. So, right, getting uncomfortable, embracing uncomfortable, embracing unexpected change is how we grow. It is how we transform. It is how we transition from one phase of our life to the other. I say to you all every week, you're no longer who you used to be, and you're not quite who you're going to be. And you need to love this version of you. You need to like this version of you, trust this version of you. And until you do, you're not bringing your best, most honest, most authentic self to anyone or anything else. You can't do the things you're here on earth to do if you don't love this version of you. And there are so many things that have helped me do that I'm helping clients do, that support us along the way. Human design being probably one of the most impactful things for me. It's why I'm doing custom human design readings now. They are really special. My biggest, boldest, most wonderful Brave Files fan, Itai, and I did a session together earlier this week, and his awarenesses were so profound for me that I get to be on that journey. So if anybody is curious about doing a custom human design reading, please reach out, because they are really exceptional. All right. let me go back. I love you guys. I love all of you. You've done such huge things. It's time for new ones. Thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you. I wasn't sure how into this I was going to get, but we're here. So I wanted to share with you as I've sat and reflected on this shift in my business, which was clearly going to cause a shift in my life, because it isn't like you have a business and you have a life and these things don't coexist. They do. They always coexist. One thing informs the other always, 100% of the time. And balance isn't the scales of justice. So let's call it harmony, right? Or synchronicity. Um, how do you synchronize things so that you feel good? And it's going to have to involve embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change. So here are the 10 top things that showed up for me when this moment happened. And I want to be really clear that I am grateful for my own work and my own growth. And if you are hearing me talk about this and thinking, man, I'd like to have some of that, I'd like to be able to do those things more easily, then let's chat, because maybe coaching is right for you. Maybe the incubator, which really focuses on this kind of stuff, is right for you. We're opening a brand new cohort of the incubator in September. It's a 16-week coaching experience. I think the first email about it is going to go out today or tomorrow, but it's live on the website. There's an early bird rate. If you are curious about it, apply and let's talk about it. It is an application process because the cohort is really limited in size. And I want to make sure it's a good fit for everyone. So you can't just like show up and pay your money. You have to apply. But if you're curious about it, please go to vickeryandco.com/incubator, fill out that application, and let's have a chat about it. Okay. My 10 top takeaways and lessons about embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change, as I have been doing in the past week, like fully rolling around and embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change, and what that looks like, and making decisions and honoring myself in all of that way. The first one is, it's important to understand the nature of change in general, right? Change is the only constant. It's the only thing that we can count on 100% of the time, that things are not going to remain exactly as they are. And this really presents tremendous opportunity for possibility, for growth, and for expansion. It's important to keep it in mind when things suck, but it's important to keep it in mind when things are great. Things are going to change. So if you assume that it's always going to be like this and it's always going to be great, you might sort of rest on your laurels a little. You might slow down. You might not give yourself the motivation that you need. You might not create new things. You might not show up in ways that you want. So be aware of the fact that change is natural. It's going to happen. And it is, like I said when we first started, always here for you. Life is here for you. It is not happening to you. It is not here against you. It is here for you. The universe has your back in beautiful, magical ways. All right. So understand the nature of change. Everything is going to change. It is the only constant. And it presents a beautiful opportunity for growth and expansion. And the next thing was, I need to embrace this discomfort. I need to get really honest about why this feels so icky. What am I afraid of? What does that fear tell me? And then what do I want to do with that information? Got to get really honest with yourself. Discomfort and view, when we feel our discomfort, when we allow ourselves to feel our discomfort really deeply and truly, we embrace it and we bring it in, it is a catalyst for all sorts of growth opportunity. It is a hotbed of possibility. So many of us feel discomfort and want to shove it away, pretend it doesn't exist. Let's do something else. Let's distract ourselves. Toxic positivity does that, right? Like, no, I'm not going to think about anything that's uncomfortable. Look, discomfort is normal. Discomfort is usually a sign that precipitates some sort of magical, beautiful growth. And don't wish it away. Sit with it. Get to know it. It is your catalyst. It is where you can roll around in possibilities. What is possible if? What is possible if? What is possible if I do this? I start this. I change this. I try this. I let this go. What is possible if I let this go? When you're embracing discomfort, instead of fearing the unknown, and resisting change, you have an opportunity to cultivate a mindset that welcomes new experiences as opportunities instead of difficulties. I'm just going to say that again. You have an opportunity to cultivate a mindset that welcomes new opportunities in these experiences instead of problems. The third thing is that it allowed me to shift my perspective and create a brand new outlook, which sometimes we need a little push on, right? Sometimes we need a little push to shift our perspective and create a new outlet. So I was able to view these unexpected challenges as opportunities for growth, for learning, for restructuring things in my business, for finding more effective ways to do things, for opening up space for opportunities that I don't even know what they are yet, but I can feel them there. I can feel those opportunities right there on the edge of my peripheral vision. And I don't have space for them right now. And so I'm creating space. But I didn't know they were there until I stopped and I paid attention and I shifted my perspective. You can also look for the silver lining of the lessons or hidden within the situation. Um, I build a foundation of listening to ourselves, of trusting ourselves, of setting boundaries, of asking for what we need or want. And if I can't honor that within my own company, within my own team, I have no business sharing that with all of you. And so I was so proud. I was so proud of my girl, Hanny, for saying what she needed. Really proud of her and all of you, right? Because every setback is an opportunity, again, for growth. So really reflect the 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience. Reflect on your experiences, identify those lessons, and apply them moving forward, right? So we're also practicing resilience when we embrace uncomfortable and unexpected change. And again, 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience. Resilience. So, for those of you who haven't read or studied any of Angela Duckworth's work, I urge you to do so. Find a TED Talk or a podcast or read her book, Grit. It is so fucking good. Resilience is the number one key indicator into whether or not someone will be successful. It's not skill, y'all. You could be the most skilled basketball player in the world, but if you aren't resilient, you're not going to have a career. You could be the most skilled actor in the world, but if you're not resilient, you're not going to have a career. So you want to be the very best you that exists, whatever that looks like, whatever that means. And if you aren't resilient when shit hits the fan, when things get uncomfortable or unexpected, you're not going to be the best version of you. You're not going to be as successful as you want to be. So resiliency is really about bouncing back. It's about knowing that change is constant. Resiliency is about being honest that what you're experiencing right now can shift and change, and you're going to come back and do it different. And maybe it'll be better, and maybe it won't be better. It's just different, but you won't know until you try, right? You start to see challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent roadblocks when you practice resilience. Again, check out Angela Duckworth's stuff. Next up, we have you cultivate powerful awareness. I was able to cultivate powerful awareness with this experience. It allowed me to get honest with myself in ways that I might have not done otherwise. And again, all of the things I shared with you when we started this session today, this live show, I don't know that I had realized how much growth I'd had in those areas, how different I am, and how much I love this version of me, and how grateful I am for all of the work I've done to get here. So, when you cultivate awareness through embracing unexpected change and unexpected opportunity, you really get to know yourself and you get to celebrate yourself and honor yourself. And it's just, it's a real gift. And I could think of it as a hindrance, but it is not a hindrance. It is, in fact, a gift. Oh, yep. Deirdre says resilience is a thing I know there is space for me to work on. There's always space for us to work on it. There's always space for us to work on resiliency. The biggest, the easiest, the number one takeaway I can give you about working on resiliency is remembering that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Just remember that. You're not stuck. Things are going to change as long as you let them. You've got to let the flow. You've got to let change flow. You've got to let it move. You got to let it go through you, right? All right, next up is it allowed me to find solutions to maybe things that have felt stagnant or are not working or aren't hitting the mark the way that I want. So instead of dwelling on the problem, I was able to channel my energy into finding new ways to try things, new ways to explore. It also opened up a whole new platform for my new OBM to come in and make some suggestions and create some new workflows and really have a platform for showing up and doing her best job, right? It's really beautiful. So it allows this adaptive, proactive approach to seeking creative ways to overcome obstacles. And I can utilize this over and over and I can share it with all of you because that is such a powerful opportunity. It also allowed me to seek support and to lean into my community and to lean into all of you and to talk to my people and to process. I didn't ask anybody's permission for any of it. I don't need anybody's permission, but I did get to talk through it and brainstorm and share and connect. I talked to Alan, my podcast co-host for Was It Chance, and I said, I think I'm going to pause the Brave Files. And he has his own show. He loves his own show. And he was like, yeah, it's a good idea. Step away, open up space for some other things, and then see if you can maybe fall back in love with it in a different way. So it was just nice to lean into community. You're not alone. Reach out to your support network, whether it's family, friends, mentors, coaches, communities, whatever it is. You don't have to be alone. You can belong to yourself. You can own your own power. You can break all the rules and you can still do it in community, right? Surround yourself with positive and uplifting people who are going to provide guidance and encouragement, who are going to call you on your bullshit, who are going to support you but challenge you in a loving way. That's one of the things that I pride myself on doing as a coach, as a mentor. In the incubator, we do that. Look, y'all, I am kind, I am loving, I am tender, but I am no nonsense. I don't bullshit with people. I will call it like I see it, and I will call you on your bullshit. So if you are not ready to be called on your bullshit, the incubator is not a good fit for you. But if you really want to transition and transform and grow, come fucking hang out with us. Come hang out with us. I do it in all of my private one-on-one coaching stuff too. And my coach on call packages. We get honest, we get raw. I always hold sacred space. I always do. Because what I know for sure is that I don't know everything for sure. And so we're going to look at possibility, opportunity. We're going to create new things, try new things, and be flexible. And I will be gentle, but I will be direct because that is what I do. Asking for permission. Yeah, asking for permission is a hard habit to break, but it is breakable. I've always been a ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of girl. And I always will be. That is a rule that I've always been comfortable breaking. Yes. Deirdre says she always needs somebody to call her on her bullshit. I kind of think we all do, don't we? Don't we all need somebody to call us on our bullshit? That just seems really important to me. Absolutely. All right. And then another really, really powerful, we're on 8 out of 10, you guys, thing that showed up for me when I was talking about embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change is that it really allowed me to practice mindfulness, to stay present in this moment. What is here for me in this moment? Mindfulness techniques are known to help us reduce stress and anxiety, whether it's breathing, deep breathing, or active breath work, whether it's meditation or EFT tapping, or just sitting, journaling. In all of my coaching experiences, there are weekly reflections and journal pieces or what I call self-work worksheets to really help you dig in on shit and know yourself and be honest in this safe space and like really pour your heart into the work of you, right? Whatever those tips are, it helps you stay grounded. It helps you make better decisions. It helps you make more honest, authentic, and vulnerable decisions. So really staying mindful and staying in the presence. Remember my tattoo, be here now, right? It's a really good reminder of that. Forced flexibility, right? And you can go kicking and screaming into being flexible, or you can embrace it. Okay. It's not going to blow that way. It's going to blow a different way. What do I want to do? Which direction do I want to go? How do I want to honor this? Right? So if you can cultivate a mindset that is flexible, your ability to adapt to changing circumstances is so much easier. Your ability to be open to possibilities and new opportunities is so much greater, right? Your willingness to adjust your plans and explore alternative paths is likely how you will get where you want to go. It is likely how you will transform in the ways that you want to transform and be successful in the ways that you want to be successful. Because if you have a fixed mindset and it's always got to be like this and nothing else is possible, you're going to stay stuck. You just are. That's just the way it is. And then the last gift was spurring me into action because I didn't have a choice, right? When we embrace the uncomfortable and the unexpected, like, look, she's leaving the company. Shit has to happen. It has to change. I cannot stick my head in the sand on this. I have to take action. So we take action and we turn the unexpected into something positive, into something new, into something possible and beautiful. We open up space for something else. This newfound knowledge really allowed me to fuel motivation in new ways, to set some new goals, to achieve some new things. And you can do that too if you choose to embrace the unexpected and the uncomfortable changes that life throws at you, because it's going to throw them, whether you want that or not. It's going to throw them. Change is the only constant, right? So really, really being ready for all of that and allowing it and opening up space for it. Ita says, I am designed to think outside of the box. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. I think you knew that even before we did your human design reading, but yes, you are. So do you guys have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to share? Just a reminder, I'm here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Central, and I share a unique way that you can come home to yourself, belong to yourself, embrace your own version of bravery in really unique ways. And I always like to pull a Create Brave card, just a fun card to see what's showing up for me, what's showing up for you this week, how it resonates with you. What is the lesson that the card tells you? What do you hear? What do you feel when you see this card? Before I do that, though, I want to remind you, as we're in the middle of the month, there are 3 major things happening that I want to make sure you know you're invited to. One is the first Friday Manifestation Power Hour is coming up again on August 5th. Is that the Friday? The first Friday of every month, right? If you want to manifest out loud and in community, we are having a great time at the Manifestation Power Hour. Come and join us. You can find all the links to that at vickeryandco.com/social. It's free. You just have to register so that you get the link. Please come and join us. The incubator is open. The cohort, we are filling up the cohort. It's an application-based thing. This is about getting really honest with yourself. It is about learning to like and trust yourself as this version of you today. It is learning to stop asking for permission. It is learning to understand. We talk a lot about bringing human design into your life and how it can show up for you. Belonging to yourself first, giving yourself grace, self-compassion. It's a beautiful transformational community. It's a 16-week coaching experience. The way we break it down is the first week is introduction, setting the ground rules, getting to know one another. And then we have 5 different sections. In each section, I teach, and we have interactive exchange once a week for 2 weeks. And then on the 3rd week, it's open hours, Q&A, office hours. Come in, we'll work on it. Whatever you want to work on, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, and just sort of build that rapport in that community. And we stay in touch all throughout the 16 weeks. We use a custom platform to connect. It is game changing. And y'all, I'm doing early bird pricing. I didn't do that last time. I just felt like I wanted to this time. So right now, you can get $500 off your incubator registration fee. So if you think you want one of these spots, go apply right now. It's vickeryandco.com/incubator. But if you go to vickeryandco.com/social, you will find the link as well. Please do not wait. Once this cohort is filled, it is filled. We have somewhere in the range of 10 to 12 spots left right now. I never have more than 15 people in the incubator, but the sweet spot is somewhere between 12 and 15. So let's get those applications in. If you apply, we'll set up a call, you and me, we'll talk about it. We'll see if it's a good fit. Get those applications in, save that $500. Why not? If you think you know, go do it. And then the third thing that I wanted to say is if you are loving the content that I put out, if it's resonating with you, this free content, whether it's the podcast, the live show, any way that I'm showing up, the best way for you to let me know you love it and that it's resonating is to buy my coffee for the week. So you can visit vickeryandco.com/say thanks. You can buy the coffee for the week. It will just let me know that you're loving the work, that it's resonating with you, that you want more of it, that you want me to keep going. So I appreciate all of that. I'm going to pull a Create Brave card. Let's see what's here for all of us this week. And then I will send you all on your beautiful merry way. For those of you who are new here, the Create Brave deck is a deck of manifestation cards that I co-created with my amazing, beautiful, wonderful friend, Rachel Swanson. She's a creativity coach, and I am, as you all know, the Brave Method coach. So we just wanted to do it. If you like affirmation cards, oracle cards, oh, here it is. She popped out this way this time. Here's the card, you guys. I'm going to read it to you in a second. Manifestation cards. They're just here to guide and source you in your next steps, like just to light you up a little bit, to help you think of things in a creative, unique way. Kind of open up your eyes to something you hadn't been anticipating before. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, y'all, always, it's action. Can everybody see it? Action is the card. And I love that we got this one today, because if you're embracing uncomfortable and unexpected change, you do have to take challenge and take action, right? If you're not embracing the uncomfortable and unexpected, you don't have to take action. But if you're going to embrace it, you got to take action. So I say yes to taking the next step. I say yes to taking the next step. I love this card. Let's read the guidebook on it. Comes with a guidebook. If you guys want one, again, vickeryandco.com/social will take you directly to the link to buy one. I'll send it to you myself. I will put a little love note in it for you, because that's how I roll. You should grab a deck. If you don't already have a deck, you should grab a deck. They are amazing. Okay, the action card. I say yes to taking the next step. Nothing works unless you do. The action card is designed to get you to take thoughtful, intentional action that will move you from a place of feeling stuck to one of possibility. We often avoid starting something because it feels too overwhelming or too difficult, or maybe we feel unsure. How do we break out of these patterns of thinking? By making the challenge smaller. Take your task and break it down into small, intentional baby steps, and then do the easiest thing first and move on to the next task. If you get stuck, remember that all movement is good movement. Once you find yourself in motion, momentum will grab hold of you, and it will guide you. Your goals are achievable. So just get moving. And then every card has a Create Brave prompt, just a thing that we invite you to go out and do and try and play around with what's showing up. Divide a piece of paper into 2 columns, and in the right column, write down a list of actions you are avoiding. And in the left column, write down what is possible if you chose to take the action instead of avoid it. Then circle one of those actions that you will take today and get moving. I love that. Y'all, thank you for holding space for me. And Itai is so sweet. He said, thank you for providing the space for such a wonderful, loving, warm, and supportive community for all of us. It is my most sincere pleasure to do that. I love sharing this space with you. I love being in community with all of you. It's one of the reasons that we started the Manifestation Power Hour. It's why I show up here every week, because I love this community. Oh, there's a fourth thing. If you've stuck around this long, maybe this one is just for you. We're starting a Zoom writing circle for the month of August. It's actually July 31st through August 31st. Writing 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at different times. It's totally free. If you go to vickeryandco.com/social, you'll see it. This is not a thing that I'm leading. It's just a collection of us that got together. We're working on writing something new, and we wanted to have some accountability and support and some community. So if you are writing something or want to be writing something, maybe come hang out with us in the Zoom writing circle. So that's all I have for you guys today. This has been a really long live show. It's not always this long. Thank you so much for hanging out and being here and being your most wonderful, beautiful selves. I am your biggest fucking fan. I believe in you so much. I am so proud of you. I am so honored to be on this journey with you, and that you chose to be here and spend time with me. And thank you for holding space for me today as I shared the news about the podcast because it's been a really big transition for me. I have big feelings about it, as you all witnessed as I cried publicly. I love y'all. Thank you. Until next week, my name is Heather Vickery, and I'm reminding you today and every single day to go out and choose bravely. Bye now.